Welcome to this tutorial on editing transfer pricing reports. The topic we're going to focus on today is editing paragraphs, to look at how some paragraphs are constructed in a way that makes it harder for the reader to follow where your argument is going. So along those lines, we've been looking at readability and editing and trying to keep focused on this. And one of the key things is to have a paragraph that really only talks about one topic. So you need a strong topic sentence leading the way in a paragraph, and then your paragraph needs to only focus on one topic. This is an example of deconstructing a paragraph that was really unfocused. Actually, it's a series of 4 paragraphs, and I want to show you essentially what can happen. So I'm going to bring up the paragraphs now. And here, if you want, I would recommend just pause the video playback while you read these 2 paragraphs, and then we're going to go on to the next 2 that follow. Now, here's the next 2 paragraphs of these 4 paragraphs that came together. So you can pause the video now so you can read these 2 at your own pace, and then we'll talk about the whole, what's going on with these 4 paragraphs. After reading over these 4 paragraphs several times, I was confused as to where the reader was trying to take me. And so I had to really think about what was going on here. And I went through this exercise to sort of sort it out, and I thought I'd share it with you because I think you might find it instructive for how to look at a paragraph and then re-edit it in a way that makes more sense. And what I did is I started out by looking at it and saying, it seems as though we've got multiple themes being mixed here. So I looked at the first sentence, and I said, this first sentence, that's all about customers. Okay, I'm going to highlight that in yellow. But the next sentence is about financial results, as how much revenue they were generating. Okay, let's highlight that one in a different color because it seems to be on a different issue. And then the third sentence now goes back to talking about customers again, about how many global service customers there are. So we're going to select that sentence and put that and highlight that as yellow. Now we get down to the next paragraph, and the sentence that opens up starts talking about this as a function. So we're now away from customers and away from financials, but we're talking about functions that are being performed. So let's select that, and actually give that sentence a different color yet. So we'll call that, see if we can give it I'm going to make it blue for the moment. And then the sales traders generate traffic by contracting customers. So this is really, the second sentence is also about functions too. So let's just highlight this second sentence and make it the same color. And then this next statement is the sales traders are located in the locations of customers, but occasionally a customer may have multiple sales traders. So this is almost like a third theme going on now. So I'm going to highlight that sentence about the 24-hour coverage in the multiple jurisdictions and give that a different color. But then we come back to this next sentence, provide sales traders advice to clients. Oh, this is all functionality again. So let's go back to the blue color we had. Actually, I'm going to make that a light blue, and I'm going to change these to a lighter blue so that you can see the words through them. That's going to work a little bit better. Now, the third paragraph talks about what the sales trader will do, is that they're going to request price from the market traders, etc. And so this is really largely talking about the functions and how they're evaluated. So this whole paragraph seems to be, a functional sort of focused paragraph. Now we get to the last paragraph and we realize that the beginning of this paragraph, at least, is all talking about financial results. So if we take that into account and we say, take everything that's financial results, and again, in that one we've been using green, which kind of makes sense, the color of money in the U.S. at least. And then this last sentence talks about how many traders they have and in what location. So that's a little bit like these multiple jurisdictions issues. So let's highlight that again in the same color that we used before for functionality. And now what you can see is this pattern of inserting a sentence or two within a paragraph that's not really associated with that paragraph. So then to rewrite this in a sort of simple way and sort of fix it in a way that works pretty well, all you have to do to start at least is to grab the like paragraphs and put them together. So I'm going to grab the sentences on the functional work here. I'm going to say just cut that. I'm going to put that. I like to open with the functions performed, but everybody might have their preference and every case might be a little different. But we'll just take all of this material and put it up here all into one paragraph. And then second paragraph, we can talk about the customers. So all I have to do is cut this sentence out of that paragraph. And I cut out a financial paragraph, so I'm going to stick that at the beginning of this one here. And then I take this last sentence here, which is about some of the activities that they're performing and where they're located, and we're going to move that to here. And now we've got 4 paragraphs where each paragraph is talking about just one idea or one area of the business, whether it's customers or finances, functions being performed. So you can see that this is a way to reorganize the material. Now that isn't to say that this is all done now, but at least I've got now the information on a single topic into a single paragraph. Now we can start applying some of the other rules that we might want to talk about, which we'll do later, like we might apply the long sentence highlighter. We might also apply topic sentence tools to see what we have. But I just wanted to give you an example of how sometimes paragraphs need to be just restructured in a way to make them more focused for the reader.